Can you make a living doing music full-time in Singapore? Does that even exist? What do you actually do on a day-to-day basis? I'm Miss Lou, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a producer based here in Singapore, and I'm also married to a musician. So on this channel, I'm gonna bring you along this journey of faith, of life, of music, of love and food, travel, all those good things. And today I'm gonna bring you on a day with me. We're heading into the studio to record music for a TV series that we're writing music for. Very exciting. And also, we have been prepping for a big show, a live show that we're doing tonight. So all that and more, right in this video. I am not an early riser. Creatives tend to be more night owls, so I am no exception. I wake up at about 10 a.m. and then I draw the curtains. Daniel's already out of the house, so he's not around for me to say good morning to. So I say good morning to my 4 cats, our 4 lovely cats, all adopted. And I like to start off my morning with a cup of apple cider vinegar that's diluted, 1 tablespoon of ACV diluted in a glass of water. And together with that, I take my morning supplements. I take 3 capsules of moringa, I take some turmeric powder, and I also take folic acid for heart health. And it just helps me know that I'm taking care of my body right from the get-go, and also to get some hydration into my body to get me started, hopefully get my metabolism up and running. And I always try to make time for quiet time with God, and that is just a simple and easy way to be grounded and for me to know I have purpose that day. And I like writing down my thoughts as well, but you see, Charlie always gets in the way. This is Charlie, say hi. And she likes to stick a butt in the camera. So that is her. More on our cats next time in a different video. And so I find that drawing close to God every day really helps ground me, because there are so many things every day that happen that require our attention. If I don't remember to connect with God, it's easy to feel like you are floating in an endless ocean with big waves. But this always helps remind me that I have a Heavenly Father who looks out for me, and that I have purpose in what I do today. So right after that, I wanted to get a workout in, but I didn't end up having time. So I just jumped straight into practicing for my big opening number, which happens to be Tori Kelly's version of Don't You Worry About a Thing. Everybody needs a change. I've been so stressed out about this because it is a little bit beyond what I feel like my capabilities are as a vocalist. There are a lot of technical elements like belting really high, having really fast runs. You gotta be precise as well. So I've been practicing like crazy. And when I was in Sydney last month, I actually took a lesson from a vocal teacher, a vocal coach called Lara, and she gave me some really good tips. I actually recorded the whole session, and here I am referring to the video that I took in that 1-hour session with her to kind of do my warm-ups and get my body, my vocals ready to handle this high demand song. So I've been practicing really, really hard, including on the morning off, just to make sure everything is there before I tackle it this evening. So I took a shower, I dried my hair, I straightened out my hair, put my face on, and off we go first to the studio because today is a really exciting day. Daniel and I have been writing music for a top secret TV show, and it's gonna be so exciting because it's right up our alley, like early century jazz, which is quite unusual for a local TV production. And today we're getting to hear the horn arrangements that our friend Andreas wrote. So I'm heading to the studio right now to listen to it for the very first time. So we've been hard at work all week to make sure the demos are ready, to make sure that the creative, the production team is happy with the versions of the songs that we have, and I cannot wait to show you more. So we spent many hours in this studio. Let me know if you want a little studio tour, and we'll show you what it looks like and how it feels like in here. So off we go. We're headed to Marina Bay Sands for our show tonight for Changi Airport Group. It's their dinner and dance at the biggest ballroom in MBS, which is their level 5 grand ballroom. Even though the show time is supposed to be 8:30, we are there at 5 p.m. to make sure the soundcheck goes smoothly. Soundcheck! So here we are at Soundcheck. I'm using an Audio-Technica wireless mic. They have been serving me so well. So shout out to our friends at Audio-Technica for supporting us all these years. And so as a vocalist, when you're at soundcheck, you should always give your best, meaning you should go through the lowest range, you should go the softest, the loudest, and you should mimic as close as possible what it's like during actual performance conditions so that your sound engineer can be sure he's prepared and that all the levels are balanced for that. So don't hold back during rehearsal or sound check because you need to make sure you simulate the actual conditions as closely as possible. But yes, hours and hours and hours of prep work goes into making sure even just the opening performance goes well. And that wasn't the only thing. We were supposed to do a 20-minute music set. So after the opening song, there would be 4 other songs, 5 songs in total for a 20-minute set. And I was actually really nervous during this sound check because it will be my first time singing Don't You Worry About a Thing, this very difficult arrangement in front of other people other than my band. Incredible musicians, by the way. I couldn't do anything that I do without the backing of great musicians, and especially my husband, who, takes a lot of time to make sure all the logistics, all of the admin, all of the financing, and all of the charts and things like that are settled. That's his gift, and that is where he spends a lot of effort in, so that he very kindly frees me up to do the creative things, like choosing the songs, making sure the set list goes the way I want, leaving me headspace to think about my hair, my makeup, my outfit, because all of those are investments into the finished product, right? As a musician, as a vocalist, I am not just my voice. I am how I present myself, I am how the music sounds, how the band looks as a whole. Because you gotta think about those things and you can't just stop at I'm a creative, I do whatever I want, and people should be able to appreciate me for who I am. You might be an unpolished gemstone, but if you don't buff yourself and find the best facet of yourself to present to people, they might never see your worth. So we're gonna head to the dressing room, and this is Eugene, our bass player, handling the camera. Hi! So here we are after sound check in the dressing room. We don't always get a dressing room as musicians, and I've spent many years not getting dressing rooms, so I'm very thankful that this scale of event at least gave us a dressing room so that we can have our dinner in peace. They actually provided dinner for us, which is very important. Feed your talents. And after that, it's showtime! So let's take a listen at how it sounds like. I am so thankful that it went well and it was well received, because I often hear people say that Singaporean audiences are not very receptive, they are not very appreciative, but I found that not to be true. I feel like it really depends on your intention of engaging with them. If in the first place you go into a performance and you say, they're not gonna be receptive, they're not gonna clap, they're not gonna listen, blah blah blah, it's gonna be a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? But if you go into it thinking, I am gonna do my best, I am gonna connect with them, I'm gonna look at everybody in the eye as much as possible, and I want them to take away something from this performance that they couldn't get anywhere else. So before I go on, I always pray. I believe that my voice is a gift from God, and so even before every performance, I sit in silence and I tell God, I am singing for you and you alone. Everybody else who reaps from it, great. Do what you will with my voice. You gave me this voice, so I will sing for you. Do what you will. And I find that really helps me take my mind off of what people think of me, because my self-worth is not in that anyway. It shouldn't be. It's detrimental if I keep thinking, oh, what are you gonna think about me, blah blah blah. So I give glory where it's due, and I let God do the rest of the work. And I admit that I need help. I will ask the Holy Spirit for help. And as much practice and effort and time I've put into this performance, I cannot control how the crowd reacts or how it's being received. So I leave that in God's hands and I just worry about my part. I just make sure I do a good job, I am proud of the product we put out, and that's all I can control. So it was a really lovely performance. I had a lot of fun doing this performance with this band, and I'm really hoping to do more of these bigger configuration bands. I want this to be our new standard because then I can flesh out a lot more elements, especially in the vintage style that I love. So one thing I really love to do after performances is go for supper. So this particular night, we are going to Fork Road, and we actually wanted to eat a chili ban mian next door, but it was closed. I think it's about like 10 p.m. at this point. So we just went next door to a kopitiam that had a lot of other options and found another chili ban mian, but they only had yu mian left. So that's what I had. And after that, we met our friend, my favorite jazz vocalist in Singapore, LMA Fernandez, for supper round 2 near our place to kind of just talk through a lot of things like, number one, to catch up, and also to talk about what we see the future being like. And I think that's so important to have a community of like-minded individuals pursuing the same craft as you. We are not meant to do this life alone, so it really helps to surround yourself with people who are positive, who give you the truth in love, and who inspire you to be better. So I'm thankful that even just between Daniel and I, that's already present, but we want to have more people come along, and also we want to be there for people. And that's also why we are starting to make these videos as well. So that's a day in my life as a vintage songbird, I guess, as a full-time creative here in Singapore. So let me know, what are the kinds of videos you want to watch from us? What questions do you have about making music a full-time career in Singapore? And if you liked this video, please let me know what your favorite part was. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. I'm planning to do videos on health, fitness, taking care of yourself, about faith, about being a Christian in the marketplace, about how I even became a Christian in the first place, about womanhood, about all these things that I'm experiencing through life. If that sounds good to you, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Thank you to my friends at LFG Content Co for not only editing this video but also creating the opening, title and things like that, good stuff in the graphic elements. So if you liked what you saw and you would love to elevate your video making journey, do check them out. The details are in the description box below. Thank you, LFG Content Co.